How's everyone's happy Memorial Weekend is Saturday. We're gonna do a thing. I've been putting this off forever and ever, and I still have 2 more bags down in the freezer. Let me turn you around. We'll show you what we're doing. Yeah. Yep. That's what you think it is. Do you see what that looks like in there? It's just a big old frozen bunch of chunks. Yeah, this is very daunting, and I do not recommend doing it in this method. You see all this connective tissue. We do have to remove that. This is going to have to unthaw just a little bit more. We are chopping it into itty-bitty pieces. This is so not fun. We have this on a medium heat, and I'll turn it down just a little bit because, again, we don't want to fry this. We just want it warm enough to start rendering the fat out. And there is about a cup of water in the bottom of this just to make sure that nothing begins to burn, because we want pure tallow if we can get it, so that I can bake with it. Now, this is grass-fed beef, so it's going to be kind of hard to get it pure white. I don't care about that. You're probably also going to have a little bit of beef smell still left in it, because this is not a grain-fed beef. These are free-range, grass-fed, period, end of discussion. And that's just part of how this works. Babies, this is not a fast process. No. It's probably going to take me all weekend to do this one bag. Yeah. No, you can't render it down once and be done. That's also not how this works. So I'm going to get my slow cooker out, and we are going to do some in the slow cooker as well, simply because that's a pretty big bag of fat, and it certainly is not all going to go on this pot on the stove. I don't have enough room. And if we keep having problems, I'll stick some in the oven, because I want to try to get this all done as I can. We're probably looking at about 4 renders is going to be my guess. You hear my baby screaming in the background. It's time for me to feed him. I'm thinking about 4 renders. I did get some brewing bags. They are on their way tomorrow. So they're just like big unbleached cotton bags with a drawstring on them. So you would chop up your fat in little pieces and stick it in the bag, and put the bag in your pot or your roaster or your slow cooker. Yeah, you see where this is going. So that I'm not having to strain out the crackling. They'll just be in the bag, which will make my renderings go faster, because there's less sediment that we now have to clean out. Because, as you know, all this has basically got to completely melt down. Then we need to strain it. Then it goes in the refrigerator. It solidifies. We pop it out. Depending on whether or not we have water in the bottom of that, we would scrape the bottom for any impurities. We would chop it up. We would do it again. I like to use water and salt. That is my method. If it's particularly stinky, in one of those methods, I'll actually use baking soda. You can also use baking soda to help pull some smell and or impurities out of there. It's never my last one. It's usually middle render, and then I just continue with water and salt is usually how I do it. We will jar this up. So I use my refrigerator downstairs. Don't stick it in your refrigerator, because sometimes beef tallow has a smell, and that tends to stick in your refrigerator, and then everything tastes like that smell. So don't do that. This is such a task when it comes this way. Look, this fat was free, okay? Beggars can't be choosers. I am thankful that she gave me the amount of fat that she did. But this is a very daunting task, doing it the way that I'm doing it. Not a fan, okay? 0 of 10. I'm just going to tell you. But it needs to be done, and I want the fat. So we're going to do it. The prince has suggested he might get me a bandsaw just for fat. And I went, oh, okay. But where are we going to put it? Yeah, so I'll videotape some of the struggle, because I know you people out there in the internet webs love to watch me struggle. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle a bunch today. So come back for how many ever parts it's going to take to do this. I haven't even gotten a quarter of the bag yet. Yeah. Okay, so let me go feed the babies, and we'll come back in a few. Well, hello. Welcome to day 2. Yeah. It's early in the morning. We got through about half the bag. Okay, the rest of it is, don't look at my hair. The rest of it is chopped to pieces and put back down in the freezer. We're still on our first render. We actually got what was out of the slow cooker first, and then emptied what was in my big stock pot back into the slow cooker. She went all night. No, she's not done. I'll show you. Hang on. Okay. Whew. We got a ways to go. Yeah. You got to render between 110 and 220. My slow cooker on low ranges, yeah, about 208, 210. I checked with a meat thermometer. Because again, we're not trying, I don't want to cook this. I just want all the yummy fat to melt. Straining this sucks. It just sucks. My bags are supposed to be here today. I hope so. I may not render the rest of it until I get those bags, because we're still on our first one, and this just sucks ass. It is what it is. Again, super slow process. I said it was going to take all weekend. It probably is. Yeah. It just, again, not for the faint at heart, rendering Tallow. Yes, my Easter stuff is still up. I know. Memorial Day is tomorrow. I need to put up my Merca stuff, because I haven't gotten there yet. So I'm hoping I can get at least this batch done, you know, before Thursday. I got to go back to work Thursday. Yeah. I'll show you the end of this when we finally get this one out. I've got a roaster pan downstairs in the refrigerator, and then I have a metal bowl, which was the little bit that I had gotten left over from the first strain. Yeah. So I'll figure that out. Anyway, round 1. Rendering beef Tallow. Yay! Now you know why it's so expensive at the store. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. All right, come back for part 2, and we'll go to the second rendering. You're welcome.